Matt. That's a big buck on the ground. I'm gonna tell you what. I just had 130 inch, 10 point, I believe it was, but he was behind that buck. And man, I've been having bad luck getting picked up. That big buck was staying right there behind that tree. I couldn't see. This little buck, not a little buck, he's a big wide 8 point, widest buck I've ever shot. He made that scrape, he went to go to the right, he looked at me. I hope I got him in frame. I really do. He cut back to the left, and that's when I found one hole through there. And I'm gonna tell you what, you're probably gonna look at that shot. I buried it right through here, right through the heart. I heard him go down. Those Swhackers are ridiculous. Shoot a Swhacker broadhead. My quiver is full of them, and I'm done. I got a big buck on the ground. I heard him go down. 50 yards. He's smoked. He's done. I hope he was in frame, man. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to make that call. I'm going to make that call. I'm going to make that call right there. I really hope that deer was in frame. I really hope that deer was in frame. Hey. I got a big buck. He must be covered up in deer. I know. Okay, I'll let you go. I got a big buck. Alright, love you, bye. He's covered up in deer. Let's make another call. I really hope that was on film. I was kind of set up for him to go through that spot. I hope I was zoomed out enough. Let's call this one.
More, buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
Want to help me with the deer?
Did you get one?
I did. I'm pretty sure I just shot Rembrandt.
Really?
Yeah, and I tell you what.
Huh?
There was a giant behind him. There was a beautiful dark chocolate rack buck, and I'm pretty sure he was way bigger. But you know what? I got me a nice buck.
Good.
I mean, I hope it's on film. I was planning on him. So you know those last couple of branches that you cut over by that big spruce?
Yep.
He made the scrape. He was walking through it, and then he stopped right behind the tree and looked right at me. I had my bow in front of my face, and he took a step back. The bigger buck was not in frame at all yet, and I just hunkered down. And people may not like it, but I have so much faith in those Swhackers. I put him right between his shoulder blades and pulled the trigger, and I watched him go down. He's across the gas line. He didn't go 75 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I really hope it was in frame. I'm gonna watch it quick, but
Yep.
and then I'm gonna see what's up. But I'm gonna need some help with the recovery video.
Okay, buddy.
So I will let you know, man.
Okay. Let me know, and I'll get around here, and I'll hit that way.
All right, buddy. Later.
See you.
Texting the group. This is the boys that are hunting with us. I was literally just posted Hagen's video, and my wife texts. She goes, "There's a big buck coming your way," and I look, and I seen a dang 130-inch chocolate rack. And I come up here, and there's a scrape that I hunted. This goes back to going with your gut. I moved the stand 3 trees over. I could literally almost touched the other tree, but it got me in more cover, background, and it got me, you know, I got these branches. Man, it looks really great, but they worked that scrape, and then he went to come up through, and he just, they're big bucks, man. They're looking at you, and he turned back, and the bigger buck was behind, and these bucks aren't going to play this game for very long. I'm pretty sure it was Rembrandt, a buck that we saw in here the first Monday, a big wide 8. I've never shot anything outside of 16 inches, believe it or not. I've shot 3 Pope and Young bucks, but nothing outside of 16 inches. So that buck turned one step, and before he got down into the trash, I macked at him, and that brought him facing me. I pulled back, and I put it right between the shoulders, and I heart shot that deer, and he didn't go. He can't handle the Swhacker. I'm telling you right now, Swhacker broadheads are insane. So I just hope it was on film. But we're gonna take a look. I'll call my wife real quick since she's the one that spotted the deer. If I can find her number here. Man, I'm gonna regret if that wasn't in film, because I shot that because
you get one?
I did.
Awesome.
I did.
Watched the whole thing.
I didn't get the big one in the back, but I got that big, I think it's Rembrandt, that big white racked 8-point.
Daddy, the two great girls. Dad,
What?
did you get buck?
I did, buddy. Yeah, bud. I got a buck, buddy. So I'm gonna get down real quick. If you want, buddy, I can. If it's cool, I can run him in late to school. That's up to mommy.
Daddy says it's okay. If it's up to you, I can go into school late so I can help him find his deer.
Okay, okay, chill out. Let me get down and come down and get you. All right, love you.
You don't know how excited I am for you.
I probably do. All right, love you. Bye. There. Now everyone knows already, just like that, the network. I just hope that was on film. I'm going to take a look at the film. Stay tuned. There will be blood outdoors. We'll talk about some of the changes we made, why we did it, how we came in different, everything that we learned from that first hunt. We put together, and I think we're good. So, all right, stay tuned. There will be blood outdoors. All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:30 on Friday, October 9th, and as you can tell, we just took a shot on a buck. Basically, the way that this hunt kind of took place, went out one day and hunted this stand. We got deer that are coming out of the corn, working their way up the field to the gas line, and they're working the scrape, and then moving on. Monday when I went out, I had 3 or 4 shooter bucks come in, let the smaller one go, and he ended up getting sketched out. He got across my ground scent and spooked the rest of the bucks. So thought about it all week. Yesterday afternoon, went in, moved the stand, moved the set 30 feet. Moved it from a larch tree to a spruce tree where we had more cover. Got in this morning, still had a moderate wind. It's that west-northwest wind, it's the dominant wind. But by moving that a little bit where they come up, I really changed the angle, and it was blowing, into where they're not really traveling. So this morning we also talked about last week, or Monday, how I messed up was I went in, there's 2 different gas lines, and I went in the one where the scrape is, and they got my ground scent. So this time I went in, I got to the top, this morning it was dead silent, and I had about 75 yards to get down to my stand, and I was going in the old gas line side, and took my boots off, it was dead silent, creeped in there, got in the tree, had deer all around me, 6 o'clock, so moonlight I could see the deer all over. Ended up hearing bucks fighting from like 6 all the way to like 6:30, quarter to 7. Had a bachelor group of young bucks come through, right through our shooting lane. Just not what we were looking for. I was getting on my phone. I get a text from down at the house. Wife texts up that 2 big bucks coming. And I looked out, and there they were. One's a 10 point, and I really wanted him. It's probably a 130-inch buck, 135-inch 10 point. They came up, worked the scrape again. The 8 point would not clear the scrape. Started sensing something was up. The 10 point was in some real thick brush. Took a shot most people might not take. Got faith in my Swhacker broadheads. I know that if you put it right between that chest cavity, you may not have a double lung shot. But I have confidence in that shot. I already told myself that I would always take that shot as long as everything, made sense. 20 yards, the setup that we have, it's just unreal. So, shot that deer, heard it shovel across the gas line, and then I heard it pile up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump in the Ranger. We're going to head up. If everything goes good, that buck fell 75 yards. It's hard because when you're videotaping, you get on the camera, watch through the camera. But when I got it done to the house, I'm pretty sure we've seen that deer topple over. So. We're going to walk up. Got the kids home from school today for a couple hours to help out. We're going to go see if we can find the buck. Hank killed this buck 2 days ago. So, alright, stay tuned. There will be blood outdoors. Stag, he's talking me up. I know that I could have shot that bigger buck if I had patience, man. It's the first week.
Yeah.
My fear is that we have so many bucks right now, big bucks, that maybe they don't stick around during the rut.
Yep.
They're going to start traveling. We're going to have 1 or 2. Alright, so one thing about it, when we shoot a deer, it's exciting. We get everyone involved. So we got the kids out playing. So this is where these bucks have been coming up. We work this straight, and if everything goes right, the smaller bucks go up through, and you shoot the bigger ones. Either way, that buck was working this pine tree scrape, which is kind of weird. Working this scrape, hauled the ground, went to go through, just got hung up on something. I didn't walk here, I don't know what happened. He turned, and I was able to sneak one through. So we're gonna start right here. I'm pretty sure I shot him forward in the chest cavity, but I have confidence in that shot, and I'm gonna bet money. I'm pretty sure I heard him crash right up there. We're gonna get on it, look for blood, ease in, see what we find. Okay. Daddy snuck one in. Yeah. Daddy snuck one in. Yep, I shot him right there. Okay, hang on. Alright, show him first blood. Can't really tell. Okay.
Here you go, Hagen.
Just hold that.
Yeah, take that with you.
Right there, right there.
Andy, is it on?
Yep. Yep, just take it with you.
Don't walk on the trail.
Where are you at?
Oh no. No, I did just see blood again. Now I lost the lead. Either way, we're gonna head towards my house. I don't know where you want it.
Hold it up, Charlotte. Show the, there you go. Good eyes. Good eyes. Hey, can show up that arrow real quick. Let's look at the. If there's any blood or hair. Let's see what.
Blood?
Does it look like?
Boy, you ever seen a...
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a ton of blood here.
How long is your arrow shaft?
29 total.
29-inch arrow. You
But
got
like I said,
probably
I
about
buried-
14 there, about halfway.
Look at all that blood. Go ahead in there and see if you can see more blood.
Right there.
Where?
He's right there. Ooh. Right there. What's that? Deer.
A deer!
Oh, did you see it?
No, you opened up to the...
Man, look at that. Congratulations, buddy.
40 yards, man.
Nice job.
Ah.
Yeah, what do you think that is? You can probably still shoot that.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot.
That was a
He is
good
that
deer.
buck from that day. Because I noticed this G2 was bigger. He's a little weak on that side. But he ain't a bad buck right there. Look at that.
Ready.
Alright guys, it's October 9th, it's a Friday morning. It's the first week of PA archery season. This makes a third PA buck kill on film for There Will Be Blood Outdoors. This is a buck. He was probably if I had to go on our hit list, I would put 03, and then I would put Junior, which is a nice 10-point that I actually saw this morning. He was behind this buck, and I'm gonna kick myself for not getting a shot at them, but you could tell last minute, and the reason I took that shot is something sketched them out. There's these big bucks, they're still in groups. If they were single, I just don't know. Bachelor groups, coming out of the corn at 7:30, opening week archery. Like, it's been a crazy week. So we go 0-3, junior, a buck we call Freak Show. He's got 7 on one side, and then he's got a big unicorn spike on the other. And then I think this buck would be honestly number 4. So, man, it was awesome. I was sitting in the stand, got a text saying there's big bucks coming across the field, and I looked up, and there they were. So, made a scrape in front of me, hung the stand yesterday, came in. It was kind of a desperation setup because I think these bucks, it's going to get warm, and I think these bucks are going to change. And came in yesterday with the intent to do a little more trimming, and ended up moving the whole stand about 3 trees over, and just, it worked out either way. This buck's on the ground. Took a Swhacker shot. Wouldn't try with any other broadhead, but got confidence, and you know, got a pretty good buck on the ground. Like I said, he's probably a 2.5-year-old 8-point, but I've never shot one outside of 16 inches. I bet he goes 18. Probably scores 110 to 115. But it was an awesome experience. Got it on film. He kind of framed out. You could see on the frame, I was expecting him to walk through, and I was going to let him go and then shoot the 10-point, but didn't work out. But got the kids here with. They stayed home from school this morning. We're going to get this buck down to the house, drag him down with the Ranger, and get him skinned up, and call it a win. So there will be blood outdoors. We still got, 4 PA buck tags left and a bunch of doe tags. So going into what we assume to be the lull next week, I think it's going to warm up, and think, you know, we're at the waning crescent side of that full moon now. So it'll be a couple weeks before the activity probably picks back up. So got a good one on the ground, and we'll go get him taken care of.
And this is actually the second days, 2 days after the night I shot my buck.
Yep, you shot your buck on a Wednesday, and I shot my buck on a Friday. Well,
Today.
It's kind of cool. He's got a kicker coming off the base right there, which makes him a 9-point. I think it's a legal 1-inch point, which, if anyone knows, my luck with 9 points. It's crazy. But he's a pretty deer.
I shot him.
So, yep, a couple good bucks on the ground.
Yeah.
There will be blood outdoors.
Stay
Stay tuned. We'll get it posted as soon as we can. Thanks.